time for everything.
I'm going to do something now.
No, don't do that.
Perhaps only my wife has ever seen me do in public.
Oh. I told him not to do that.
Fire out. About 2:30 yesterday afternoon, I got a frantic phone call from Tracy Paget here, who informed me that John Walsh had done a runner to the States. Could I stand in and do Martin's speech tonight? Well, how could I refuse? Martin is, after all, one of my longest standing friends. Strangely enough, my longest standing friend is actually in this room tonight. Take about Dave Wilberforce.
I thought it was me! I contest that.
I met Dave when I was 5. First of all, anyway, can I just thank you all for coming out on such a lousy evening here in Hull, City of Culture 2017. Particularly those who travelled a fair distance to get here. People like Dave Chapman lured here when rumours started circulating of the chance of a free bar. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Dave, but you've wasted your toll fee.
I'm driving anyway.
If you've already read Mark's blog or the email that he sent around just prior to his retirement, you probably already know a lot about him and his life and career to date so far. But for those of you who haven't, and for those of you that have anyway, I'll just fill in a few of the blanks. His summer job in 1973, I think, was it, Martin?
Yeah, it was.
Turned into something a little bit more permanent when the HM Customs and Excise decided to promote him. And they moved down from what is now the BBC building to King George East, and that's where I first met him sometime October, November, would it have been 74?
So,
Yeah. We met at King George East, the building's sadly no longer with us, but instantly we hit it off. We became firm friends, and I think we've remained so ever since. Anyway, we spent a couple of years at King George East, but after a while, the constant reading off, the overdue files list, particularly Ray Carr, the old one that is still there, he drove us both so potty that when Martin said to me one day, "Let's go and see Europe," I thought, that's a good idea, because I'd heard about the map, and I knew they were about to become monsters in the UK, with our head on both sides of the channel, the final countdown. But of course, what Martin really meant was, let's go and see the capital cities of Europe. Anyway, armed with 2 other friends, Steve and Neil McMullen, we met at Hull Paragon Station, bought our Interrail tickets, and we set off to backpack around Europe. It was the summer of '76, baking hot, droughts, standpipes in the streets.
I remember it well.
Yeah? There's only 3 of us that don't. We took in Paris, Munich, Rome, Innsbruck, Geneva, Nice, Copenhagen, Amsterdam, to name but a few. And if you've ever spoken to Martin about the trip, or been lucky enough to spend a night watch with him, he'll have enthralled you with stories of sleeping in dry moats, left luggage lockers, a royal garden, and on the beach.
I've heard it all.
Yeah. Again and again. We were determined not to waste a penny on hotel bills.
I know the feeling.
However, things like that, Martin, as you will no doubt remember, have got a habit of coming back and biting you in the bum. And we had 2 near-death experiences as a result. One of them was when we slept in the sewers of Nice. True story. We slept in the sewers of Nice without suspecting that only 100 metres away, one Albert Spaghiari and his fellow crooks were using the sewer to tunnel into the Société Générale Bank, where they proceeded to open up 400 safety deposit boxes and escape with £60 million in euros.
It wasn't part of it, was it?
No, but we were actually in the sewer.
What, it's 76 euros in these flats?
Well, no, that was I'll come back to Albert Spaghieri. Anyway, if you don't believe me, it was made into a film. The lead role was played by Ian McShane. I was played by Brad Pitt. And Martin was played by Dustin Hoffman. The other incident occurred when we were held at gunpoint by Italian bodyguards for our own very audacious crime. We travelled first class on second class tickets. And it's a true story that we had us at gunpoint, isn't it, Matt?
Say yes, man.
Of course, all that excitement had its drawbacks when we returned. Even though we were working with customs legends such as Graham Armstrong, Dave Newton and Dyke, the thrill was no longer there. We both bid a fond farewell to King George's and we joined the excitement of the Rummage Cruise. Martin's no doubt, again if you've been on nights with him, like you, Julie, bored the arse off you.
With his one job.
It was a full cat in the paint locker.
When he found 27 bottles of spirits on
That's
a
the one.
Norwegian on the night that Norway happened to stuff us 1-0 in the World Cup. I've been through Martin in all the big moments of his life. We saw Dylan together in the 70s, Springsteen in the 80s, got pissed together in the Humber Tavern at Paul on numerous occasions. And when he quit the job to go out to the kibbutz in Israel, I was sat alongside him at the same time as he handed in his resignation. He got the travel book and he wanted to try for a much more relaxed way of life.
And we have the photos to prove it.
And the stories.
The kibbutz must have had its good times, but getting up at the crack of dawn, chasing and throttling chickens
Oh, don't go to that story again.
before popping their feathers whilst getting covered in chicken shit, it does tend to take the shine off it.
It's better than now.
Incidentally, who Dawn was has never been established. Now I know what you're thinking. Now I know what you're thinking. It's gone 9 o'clock and we're only just into the 1980s. Well, fear not, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to fast forward now through the 90s, through the 90s, and bring everybody bang up to date. Mark joined C&E. The department went to the dogs. They're not connected by any stretch of the imagination. You met Julie. They bought a place together in Italy. They moved in together into the UK. The Tigers got into the Premier League. They're at Wembley. And all is well in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, will you all please raise your glasses to Martin Hewitt. Ladies first.
Get the beer in, Mark.
Mine's a pint.
Despite the fact that we've had a hell of a lot more to put up with over the years, we felt as though you needed to be rewarded because for them, hopefully you'll be spending the rest of your lives together.
Oh, thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you.
She spilt it, Mark. Bloody library. There's your answer.
At least it's the longest life now.
Glasses, Mark. Got your glasses?
Oh.
Token of everyone's esteem,
Perfect.
including people who are not actually here. All the best, mate.
Probably can't read it.
I've written a few ramblings here. I'm not very good at this point.
Rambling Rose.
I'd just like to thank everybody for coming down and Tracy and Steve and Julie for being around. I'd like to mention some more friends over there, Lal and Dave and Steve. Lal's made the efforts and travelled quite a long way from Lincolnshire. I mentioned Chappie as well for his long trip over the bridge. You know. I did want to see him about the 3 victories that we've I've seen this year. I've seen them all. You know. And our whole city representative, P. Link.
This usually happens after about 10 years of retirement.
Well, I thought it was time to go when they introduced night shifts. But no, you've all been great to work with, and I appreciate everybody turning up and taking part. I'm sorry, I'm not in.
Come on, man, get in the show.
Get in the zone. Focus, focus, come on.
Do you need a t-shirt?
It's not doing that here, is it?
I mean, obviously,
That's always bad.
You don't want to say any of that.
You're not going to say God like to say.